Hello. We're dealing with some real data. In 2005, we looked at the Indianapolis Colts football team and looked at their regular season points scored per game. And here's the data. But if you notice, the numbers are all jumbled all over the place, and we can't really analyze how they did that season. So one thing we're going to do is something called the 5-number summary. The 5-number summary consists of the minimum, Q1, median, Q3, and maximum. But to really understand what they are, we're going to go ahead and do it to this data. Okay, so step one, we're going to put the data in order. So step one, put the data in order, ta-da, in order. Now, the 5-number summary starts with a minimum and ends with a maximum. So our lowest number, our minimum, would be 10. Our maximum, our highest number, would be 45. So, 2 out of the 5, done. The next one we're going to find is something called the median. So to find the median, we need to first identify how many numbers we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. With 16 numbers, when you're trying to find the median, it's going to be between the 8th and the 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9th. It'll be between these two. Okay? Some people like to do a little finger method, and it's between those two. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the average of the two numbers. So we take 26 plus 28, divide by 2, and we would find our median of 27. Now to find the next two, Q1 and Q3, we need to understand what they are. Q1 is the first quartile, and Q3 is the third quartile. But for right now, the Q1 is the median of the lower half, and Q3 is the median of the upper half. Now, because we have 16, our median fell between 26 and 28, causing a lower half from 10 to 26, and an upper half from 28 to 45. So we're going to find the median of the lower half and the median of the upper half. So the lower half has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to find the median of the 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, between 17 and 17. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would add those up, divide by 2, and our Q1, median of the lower half, would be 17. Same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So between the 4th and the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, between 35 and 38. Now this one we may want to work out a little bit. 35 plus 38 divided by 2 is 36.5. That would be our Q3. Now remember, we called Q1 the first quartile, and we called Q3 the third quartile. The reason for that is the first quarter of the data, 25% of the data, is in the first quartile. 3/4 of the data, 75%, falls here. So if we really break this up, what is the median? Well, Q1, Q3, the median would be Q2. So really, we're breaking our data into quarters. Now, why are we doing all this? That's the major question. Well, when we're analyzing the Indianapolis Colts, are we really looking at a team that gets 10 points every game? Or are we looking at a team that gets 45 points every game? And the answer is not really. What we can look at is when we look at the Indianapolis Colts, we can look at the middle 50%. The middle 50%. The Colts are a team that most likely will get between 17 and 36.5 points. Okay. Other things we can do with a 5-number summary, we can find the range. The range is when you take max minus min. And in this case, the range would be 45 minus 10, 35. Now, it's good to find the range because we're looking at their highest score minus their lowest. But what if they had a bad game, the 10, or an amazing game, the 45? Well, they may not be the best measure to look at. We can also look at the interquartile range. So instead of looking at the extremes, we can look at the Q3 minus the Q1. So in this case, we have 36.5 minus the 17. Which would give us 19.5. So, that is the Indianapolis Colts analyzed with the 5-number summary. Thank you.